Year after Season 2's conclusion, the Terrain Marble Trials competitors line back up for the Season 3 qualifiers with 4 new faces among them. They've got 4 events to fight for 12 qualification spots, and 8 of them will be waiting in the wings for the B-League, waiting for Season 4. Hello everybody, I am Angus, your commentator for the season. Will guide you through each broadcast for Terrain Marble Trials Season 3, and this first of 4 events in the qualifiers is the whole shot rollback, and a very varied race as you roll up this gappy Lego plate ramp and roll back down as quickly as you can. The first marble, of course, to the quickest marble to get back to the bottom of that ramp and cross the white line will be the winner of this first event. It's all about the time. So you are competing against another competitor, but it's all about the time for the overall event. Of course, you do want to try and beat your competitor, because then you confirm at least one defeated competitor. As we line up for the friendly round, I forgot to mention there are, of course, the 4 friendly round contestants. Those 4 marbles who are already qualified, and Reckless Rito here, the competitor who finished in 3rd place, is going to beat out Spruce Log, the Season 2 champion, the number 1 seed, of course, coming into Season 3. The champion, though, falls to Reckless Rito in the first round of the friendly round, as the Reckless Rito goes a little bit lower and is able to cut off Spruce Log, who can't quite get the speed, getting caught in the gaps on the way back down. They'll go to the bronze medal match for this first friendly round event, and Heat 2 for the friendly lines up with Overgrowth and Gordon. Overgrowth finished 2nd. Gordon just missed the podium, and Overgrowth there is going to beat out Gordon again unless they can get some speed, and they won't quite get there. Overgrowth gets some air, launched into the air. There's that big bumps as they caught the gaps, and Gordon just hugged the wall, and once they got off the wall, they got caught in that line of gaps all the way down. 5.5, they'll go on to the bronze match with Spruce Log, and Overgrowth will join Reckless Rito in the final. So Spruce Log, of course, was our champion. Overgrowth and Reckless Rito finished 2nd and 3rd. Overgrowth was the last marble who could beat Spruce Log in the final stages of the combination race last year, if you'll remember that exciting finale, as Spruce Log and Gordon line up for the bronze medal match. The winner here will get 3rd place in the first friendly event and get 2 points. The loser will only get 1, and Gordon there, too high up the ramp. Spruce Log will get the win, going a little bit lower, and Gordon again, the same exact line pretty much as their first round, but catching the gaps even earlier, and Spruce Log gets 3rd, securing 2 points in the friendly. Gordon just over 5 seconds. They'll get last in the first friendly event, but there's still 3 to go as Overgrowth and Reckless Rito line up for the final. For the first win in the friendly round, Overgrowth goes a bit higher, but keeps it close with Reckless Rito. They pull ahead, does Overgrowth, but Reckless Rito on the rebound, the run back down, launches ahead, does not catch any gaps, and wins the race. How did this go? Overgrowth here has got a good line, but then catches some gaps, and Reckless Rito surges forward and gets the win. 5.1, Reckless Rito will capture the first win of the friendly round. 5 points to them. Overgrowth, Spruce Log, and Gordon 3, 2, and 1 points respectively. Now there'll be 1 friendly round before every main qualifier event, with all 20 competitors lined up here ready to go. Amphibian and the Governor will start us off. Golden Serpent and Fast Fish will finish us off. With this first event, all competitors only get 1 run. I hear that, just 1 attempt, so you've got 1 chance to get a good score. Whereas with some of the other events, you get 2 chances. And here comes Heat 1. Their 1 shout at glory in the first event, Amphibian and the Governor. Amphibian didn't qualify for Season 2. The Governor finished in 5th and has done well so far. They cut off Amphibian on the way back down, but Amphibian cuts to the outside line, but I don't know if they got past. It's close for the individual win. How will the times stack up compared to the friendly? We saw 4.8 was our top time in the friendly heats. How did these 2 stack up? The Governor, of course, they get to the near side, cut off Amphibian successfully, and then Amphibian cuts back to the outside, but they can only manage 5.2s between them. 7,000s. The Governor does at least beat Amphibian, but those 2, unless these other competitors really slow down, they will not be vying for any medals. Lightning Shark and Lapis Lazuli, our 2 L competitors, line up next. They both finished mediocrity in Season 2. Lapis Lazuli slows down a lot quicker than Lightning Shark and is able to rocket ahead and get the win in Heat 2. Lightning Shark on the outside just could not catch any gaps on the way up. They found a perfect line, but you want to find that line on the way back down as Lapis Lazuli coasts to the win. 5.0, they'll take the provisional lead out of everyone. Lightning Shark, though, is provisionally in 4th. And now here we go, Heat 3, Butterscotch and Sergeant Vaca, one of the 4 newcomers for the season. We'll introduce them as the event goes along. Fighting with one of the Season 1 veterans of Butterscotch, who does beat out Sergeant Vaca in the whole shot rollback here. And a quick time by both competitors, so they caught no gaps on the way back down. Butterscotch just a little bit of a nudge there, and Sergeant Vaca did a nice cross. You want to go across the gaps to keep the speed up, and they will get 3rd provisionally, but Butterscotch cracks that sub 5 seconds and takes the provisional lead. In Heat 4, we got another newcomer. The one making the most noise in the fan stands is Tropic Thunder versus Vagabond, who goes way too high. Tropic Thunder wins comfortably. Such a quick time there by Tropic Thunder. On the way up the ramp, they stopped immediately finding the gaps. Vagabond went so high compared to Tropic Thunder. They go off screen there, and Tropic Thunder coasts to a win. It's good enough to easily go into first place. One of the newcomers sub 4 seconds, 3.9. One of the quickest times we've ever seen in whole shot rollback. Wonderful by Tropic Thunder, but Vagabond 6 seconds down in last as Ice Cold and Bone Rattler trying to stack up against Tropic Thunder's spectacular time. Ice Cold gets a bit quicker down the ramp, but Bone Rattler on the way down is slow and steady on the near lane. You do not want to be doing that. Ice Cold stopped on the way up much quicker and successfully cut off Bone Rattler, but then started swerving to the outside. Bone Rattler caught the gaps to the near side of the track and is provisionally in 9th place, the Season 1 champion. Not off to a great start here in the qualifiers. Ice Cold is in 5th behind Vaka, Lazuli, Butterscotch and Tropic Thunder, who leads from Heat 4. 25 points, of course, for the winner, 21, 18 for 2nd and 3rd, and then 16 through 0 from 4th through 20th. Heat 6, Shiverburn and Constellation, the second half starters. Shiverburn and Constellation both had poor Season 2 campaigns. Shiverburn actually finished in 8th, just outside the top 7, and they'll win Constellation, beat out Constellation here. Shiverburn is up and coming, poor in Season 1, but a great improvement in Season 2. Constellation, don't think they qualified for Season 2, so they want to get some redemption here, and it was great speed down the ramp. Couldn't quite get past Shiverburn, who goes into 3rd provisionally, but Constellation goes up into 4th. Great heat there, two strong competitors through Heat 6 as Gravedigger and Wave Runner line up for Heat 7. Gravedigger, of course, 13th. Wave Runner was in 16th. Gravedigger slows down dramatically first. He's going to get across the line rapidly fast compared to Wave Runner, who is much slower. Gravedigger gets a little bit of air, just catches the gaps on the way up, and Wave Runner catches the gaps on the way down and slowly escapes. But 2nd place for Gravedigger out of 14. Great run by Gravedigger. Wave Runner will be in just 11th. So they're going to have to catch up in the later stages of these qualifiers. Jolly Jogger, there's another newcomer versus Blackcurrant, the Season 1 runner-up who goes way higher. Jolly Jogger's going to get the win here for sure, coasting to a great run down the ramp and a quick slowdown as well. Good run. Clearly Jolly Jogger knows how to run this despite being a complete newcomer to this format. Blackcurrant caught the gaps on the way down. We've seen that so many times, the competitors just getting stuck on the near side gaps. It's been a challenge the whole way through as Jolly Jogger, a newcomer, goes up into 3rd place. 2 newcomers on the provisional podium, and still we got another one to go here. Neoclassicist versus Shining Dawn, a Season 3 newcomer who stalls immediately. Does Neoclassicist get stuck on the way back down though? It could have been a much quicker time. They do get caught on the way back down the ramp. Shining Dawn was quicker on the way back down, but they went too high up. They did not catch that near side though. They went towards the left toward Neoclassicist, who still manages to get 3rd place provisionally. Shining Dawn is in 5th, sandwiching the other newcomer of Jolly Jogger, Golden Syrup and Fast Fish, in the final heat of the day. What can these two do to try and combat the leaders? Golden Syrup pushes Fast Fish further up the ramp and leads them to an easy win in the heat. Fast Fish will be fuming with that. Look at this, a nudge, sending Fast Fish flying up the ramp off of their line. Could not catch any gaps on the way up, and Golden Syrup goes across to avoid any lines, gets 4th place, and Fast Fish will finish in 13th place. This means Tropic Thunder, a newcomer, takes the first win by over half a second. A miraculous run in Heat 4 there by Tropic Thunder gets them the provisional gold medal. There's no actual medals handed out here, but Gravedigger and Neoclassicist finished 2nd and 3rd, with Golden Syrup off to a great start for that competitor, and Jolly Jogger, 3 newcomers in the top 5. Sergeant Vaca, we've got all 4 newcomers provisionally in the top 12, promotion to the main league spot. Fast Fish and Ice Cold are coming at the cutoff, but Vagabond, Bone Rattler and Blackcurrant, bottom 3. 2, Bone Rattler and Blackcurrant, of course, top 2 in Season 1, off to a slow start in these qualifiers, but Uphill Drag is a great spot to bring it back. A brand new event for these competitors, because we've only ever had racing events in Terrain Marble Trials history, but this is a distance event. Go as far up the ramp as you can after the run down the ramp. It's not about rolling back this time, you got to go as high up as you can. So some of those contestants in the first event have already done this pretty well. And off we go. With the friendly round, of course, they'll get 2 attempts in this run. Overgrowth is very slow. Breakfast Rito with a great push. Overgrowth was comfortably in last place there, but Breakfast Rito will get the win. After winning the first event, they're off to a great start. Breakfast Rito gets up high. Spruce Log came close, but not quite enough. About half a length between them. 107.7 is Breakfast Rito's winning score. Spruce Log gets second place, 106.5, and Gordon 103.1. Overgrowth couldn't quite crack 100. They're going to have to really dial in for this second attempt here. Breakfast Videos in lane 1 now. Spruce Log over to 4. Gordon and Overgrowth in the center. It's a neck and neck down the ramp. Gordon looked to be the best runner down the ramp, but Spruce Log comes up firing at the end and will get the highest score of round 2 at least. Breakfast Burrito. Was their heat one time of 107.7? Was it enough to get the win? It's close, but it is. Spruce Log can only manage at 107.3, and Gordon, second place, will only be third place overall because Breakfast Burrito's round 1 time was enough to get the win. Breakfast Burrito, 2 from 2 so far, a great start to the friendly round. Spruce Log will get second, Gordon third. Every team, every competitor in this friendly round has a podium at least. And it is Spruce Log who moves up into second place behind the double gold Breakfast Burrito. Overgrowth and Gordon getting currently in third and fourth in the standings. So friendly round is heating up, but Breakfast Burrito has a 5-point lead, already a full first place ahead of the other competitors. And now we look to, of course, the main show. So there'll be 10 heats altogether. Each competitor gets two attempts to get a good score. Their best score is their total, is what they're going with, so it's not added, it's just whatever scores your best is the one you get. They'll each get an attempt on an inside lane and on an outside lane to make things as fair as possible. So of course you don't want to use all your energy in the first run, you want to try and save it for a later run. Perhaps if you're not happy with the lane you're in, as Neoclassicist, Bone Rattler, Fast Fish and Gravedigger line up for the first heat of Event 2, the uphill drag. Bone Rattler is the quickest out of the gate and the furthest up the ramp. It was pretty comfortably same from start to finish there as Bone Rattler, Fast Fish and Neoclassicist, but easily the quickest down the ramp, and they were the furthest up the ramp as well. Bone Rattler though, what was the score? It's close between Fast Fish and Neoclassicist, but Fast Fish does get above by 0.6. 106.9 is Bone Rattler's winning score. 103 is across the board for second and third. Gravedigger couldn't even get to 100. Not a good start for Gravedigger as Heat 2 lines up. Butterscotch, Constellation, Vagabond and Amphibian. It's close, but Constellation pulls ahead down the ramp and will stay ahead going up the uphill drag. Vagabond and Amphibian were very close to second place. Butterscotch again in lane 1 couldn't get anything going there, flying all over the walls coming up the ramp. It's close for second, but Constellation will get the win. 107.4, they go into first place provisionally. Vagabond takes third and Amphibian takes fourth. Only 0.4 between them. That was an extremely close battle for second place in that heat, and the provisional podium close battle remains. Shining Dawn, Shiverburn, Wave Runner and Tropic Thunder. It's closer, then it spreads out. Wave Runner and Shining Dawn get way further ahead and way higher up the ramp. Shiverburn was especially really far behind, down towards 80 there. Who thought they were thrashing over the walls coming down the track. Shining Dawn will get second. Wave Runner is able to get up towards 102. 102.6 only is the best score from that heat. 7th and 8th with Wave Runner and Shining Dawn. Shiverburn is provisionally in last. A poor run there overall. Those competitors will be hoping for a much better run in round 2 as Heat 4 lines up. Lapis Lazuli, Jolly Jogger, Lightning Shark and Blackcurrant. It is Jolly Jogger who's quickest. Lightning Shark and Blackcurrant though especially are both better off up the ramp, and Blackcurrant will get the win in Heat 4. Look at the launch it must have been for Blackcurrant. A beautiful run up the ramp despite a slow start. It's up towards 106. It's 106.5 for Blackcurrant. Third place provisionally. Lightning Shark and Jolly Jogger are 6th and 9th respectively. Lapis Lazuli, who couldn't quite get to 100, is down in 13th. As we move on to the final heat of round 1. Golden Syrup, Sergeant Vaca, Ice Cold and the Governor, and it's a slow start for Golden Syrup. The Vaca and Governor are going very far. Sergeant Vaca gets the win in the heat. Where will it go provisionally? Look to be about 105. Should be in the top 4, or at the very least the top 10 for sure. Golden Syrup though only towards 70. Terrible run. They'll be hoping for a huge one in round 2 as Sergeant Vaca finishes in 4th place for round 1. The Governor and Ice Cold are in 12th and 13th, and Golden Syrup, no surprises, dead last by a whole 17 centimeters. Constellation cleared Bone Rattler by 0.5. They lead the first round. Blackcurrant is in 3rd, with Sergeant Vaca and Vagabond in 4th and 5th. The heats will not change, they'll just shuffle their lanes around, and they'll have their same competitors to go against, but they'll be hoping for much better scores, some of these contenders. Now, if their scores are lit up in blue, that means they have improved. Look out for that in the score column, with Heat 1 here coming down again. And Gravedigger's off to a better start this time, but can't get anywhere up the ramp as Neoclassicist pulls a blinder and gets the win in the first heat of round 2. Bone Rattler came up close. They came up much quicker up the ramp, but just could not quite equal Neoclassicist. Fast Fish also good times across the board here. 107.5 by Neoclassicist. Everyone but Bone Rattler improves, and Neoclassicist takes the lead with a better score from round with a better score of everyone from round 1. And provisionally a newcomer is leading this one as well, as Heat 2 lines up. Constellation is going to try and get that lead back here, but Butterscotch is going to beat them just up the ramp. That was so close. I don't know how to call that one, but I think Butterscotch has actually beaten out our round one winner, Neoclassicist. Will they hold the lead here? Looks like they've gotten up towards 108, and they have 108.3. All three of the top 3 improve. Amphibian goes up into 8th. Vagabond stalls down to 7th with their round 1 score, but Butterscotch and Constellation top 2 provisionally, both getting into 108, and Neoclassicist falls to 3rd. Wave Runner, Tropic Thunder, Shining Dawn, and Shiverburn. This heat was quite poor in round 1. Shining Dawn at the very least will get a massive improvement, but Shiverburn was considerably worse, I do believe, despite their poor run in the first round. Tropic Thunder also thrashing off the walls, can't get much going at all, can't even get towards 90, and Shiverburn only a 69.1 as Wave Runner finishes in 13th, 98, and Shining Dawn the only improvement, but in the end it's only good enough for 9th place with a 105.3. As Heat 4 lines up, Heat 3 really struggled. What can Heat 4 do to try and at least better that? Lapis Lazuli is going to be comfortably ahead of the rest in lane 3. Jolly Jogger and Blackcurrant were also pretty far up the ramp. Lightning Shark slow out of the gate and could not get anything going up the ramp. It was a clean run though. Lapis Lazuli is going to get up towards 107, maybe even 108. What does that do? It's 108.3. Lapis Lazuli is in 2nd place, tied with Butterscotch, sorry. But because their round 1 score was worse, they'll be in 2nd place, and Butterscotch still leads, knocking Neoclassicist off the podium. Constellation's into 3rd. Ice Cold, the Governor, Golden Syrup, and Sergeant Vaca. What can any of these marbles do to try and beat the top runners? It's nothing! They can't even get to 100. No one gets to 100 in the final heat of the day. This means Butterscotch gets gold in the uphill drag. Where did it all go wrong? Ice Cold had a great run down the ramp, then thrashes off the walls. The Sergeant Vaca launches up into, I believe, 4th place. Provisionally, they might not be as high anymore because of the scores from round 2. Where do they finish? It's actually 7th place for Sergeant Vaca, but Butterscotch, Lapis Lazuli, and Constellation, 3 Season 1 veterans, win out in the uphill drag. Neoclassicist finishes 4th, and there's Bowrattler and Blackcurrant, who struggled in the first event. 5th and 6th here, back in business. What do the standings give us? It's close. Only 28 points separate all 20 competitors. It's still anyone's game here. Look at the gap. There's a 4-way tie on 16 points at the cutoff, but Butterscotch, Neoclassicist, and Lapis Lazuli lead so far with top 3. Can they hold it with 2 more events to go? The Moguls and the Gravitrax race coming on Sunday. Who's going to qualify? We'll see you then.